Well, first off, I'm sure losing their kid early in the game hurt their flow some. But I thought our kids were dialed in for 40 minutes about as well as you can dial them in for 40 minutes. Our strategy was you got to control the flow of the game offensively, not just defensively. Because what they do as well as anybody in the country, shoot that three-point shot. And for the most part, we controlled that. Once we got the big lead, I played a little zone just to lengthen that clock out some, and they made some threes on us that first half. West did. But that was lengthening the clock out with a 20-some-odd point lead. When we were manning, we're about as good as guarding about as well as you could guard them. And they're not easy to defend. We had a lot of great individual efforts. 28 assists, 12 turnovers on the road. It's a huge stat. 53 to 20-something on the backboards. And getting the one kid back. The one young man hadn't played yet, really hadn't practiced. He knew everybody else's offense but ours because he's been on the gold team. But he added 2. His 19 minutes, I think he had 14 or 16 points. He gave us another, guy out there who can make basketball plays. So our bigs were good around that rim. I think we had 70 points in the paint. And I thought Darius Thompson did a terrific job managing the flow of the game all game long.
Rick, your team has played hard all season, played unselfish. And even when Josh was not in the game, did you sense that he gave the other guys some extra juice?
Well, he gave some guys some extra juice when we found out Yaristy's eligible. Because these guys watch him play. They know what he's capable of doing. And they all understand too. I didn't know how, how effective he could be tonight, against a really good team defensively. Does he know enough stuff that we're doing to be able to fit in? But he's one of those guys, we kept it pretty simple for him because he's a young man, can go make basketball plays on his own. He's really quick off that bounce, and he's one guy can, as he gets into the lane, can finish up around that rim too. And he's a really good passer. But just that extra body helps us. We've managed this point now with 7 guys. That's what we've had. And it ain't easy. Particularly you on the road, stuff gets magnified. Just getting one more body, and one more body, it's a good player. It helps us tremendously.
When's the last time you've seen a triple-double?
It's been a long time. I'd have to think on a triple-double. It was pretty efficient and pretty effective. I looked at their stats. They make 18 threes again. I told you guys if they make 19 again, we'd have no chance. Last year, we played a period, was a record, I think, for you made 19. Well, you got close to it again, but I do know when you break that film down, a lot of those came and we're in zone, lengthening that clock, lengthening that game, trying to get that game over a little bit. West shot it well for him. I thought we guarded Elmore about as well as you can guard him. He's a terrific player, and there's no one way that you can stop that young man. But I thought again, Tavion, our young freshman guy, did about as good a job as you can do on him.
How much did tonight really show all the different things Darius can do? Can shoot the three, can get to the basket, can pass, just his all-around game.
We didn't make but 7 threes as a team. He had 6 of them. But we only shot 14, which tells you we were really efficient because we were getting in the paint on the pass and getting in the dribble. And that was part of our strategy. We want to throw it to the paint. We want to dribble it to the paint. We want to make them guard us around that rim both ways. You talk about Elmore, how hard he is to guard. But we got to make him guard us too. And I thought we attacked him in transition. I thought Darius got to the rim multiple times, transition. And again, I think the biggest thing is we control the flow of the game. And when you're making shots, you're scoring, your defense is better. That's just the way it is. Last year they're making shots and we're not making them. The defense is not as good. Offense gives you some energy, and we had a lot of energy all night long defensively from offense.
Rick, you touched on Josh a little bit, but just from my vantage point, it certainly didn't look like his first game was on January 6th.
No.
Yeah.
And we talk about practicing now. He really hasn't practiced because I haven't been able to practice as a team. We've had 7 guys, and I've made a decision. If I practice physically and get after the way I want to, you got a chance of losing some people. And I've just made it a point that I'm gonna get on the bus with 7 guys versus 6. So we've backed off how we've practiced rebounding, defending. So Josh hadn't had the benefits of that. And everything he's done, he's been on an opposing team. But he's still been in the gym with us. He still got up and down with the offensive stuff, the other team. His condition didn't show as bad as I thought it would not show tonight, a guy who hadn't done anything now. He plays 19 minutes, and I really didn't see a huge effect of him out there. So he adds to. That's the main thing. When you come off that bench, that's what you need. People can really add to.
What was Josh's reaction when you told him the good news yesterday?
Well, you can imagine. Hey, I don't know who had the best reaction, him or me. So, it's been a bad situation. We'll never understand why he missed 15 games through this. But again, he handled it well. He's got himself at this point now. Proud for him, his family, and everybody that he's able to finally get back on that court and do what he loves to do.
How good is Darius when he gets in these kind of environments and these road environments? How good is he as a veteran at controlling the game, like you said, and being the guy that can kind of calm everyone down?
Well, that's a key playing in here. I mean, you can't get into a run and shoot match with Marshall. They're too good at what they do. We wanted to score early, and I think you go back and break down, we probably scored early several times. But after that, we want to be efficient. And efficient means slow it down, and that's where he comes into play. He's good in transition, attacking and passing. But if you don't have it, you got to have somebody can slow us down right now. And y'all have seen us play enough. We don't always have that out some guys, especially when you got some freshmen out there too. He really settles us up in that right there. And again, we were pretty efficient. I got to say, I ain't broke these stats down. My concern was at halftime again. I know UT Martin was up on them when they're big. They're capable of coming back. But I thought our guys came out of the locker room 0-0. It was really important to win that first 4 minutes of the second half. That's where teams come back and beat you. We won that first 4 minutes of the second half, and that was huge for us. I think we went up 32 or 33. And from there on, I think, we pretty much had control of it.